There are lots of new rules for the next NBA season, and there is one that people are really mad about. This includes new jerseys too. For example, now if you fake being hurt, the other team gets to shoot free throws. That is an awesome change. Will people stop faking? Probably not, but people are really angry about the new midseason tournament. It starts this coming season. First, we have to show how it works. Then I'll explain why so many people are mad about it. So during the regular season, teams will play for another championship trophy. Not the Larry O'Brien trophy, but the new NBA Cup. A cup? What? Like the WNBA trophy they give out. Seriously, look at this girl holding that weird cup. It's actually kind of mean to give her that. No, it is a big cup. I am sure they also get $500,000 each, which is a huge deal to like 90% of players. East and West teams are put in 3 groups to make sure groups are fair. They used last year's wins and losses to put them together. The groups will be in the West. Group A has Grizzlies, Suns, Lakers, Jazz, Blazers. Group B has Nuggets, Clippers, Pelicans, Mavericks, Rockets. Group C has Kings, Warriors, Timberwolves, Thunder, Spurs. In the East. Group A has Cavs, Hawks, Pacers, Pistons. Group B has Bucks, Knicks, Heat, Wizards, Hornets. Group C has Celtics, Nets, Raptors, Bulls, and Magic. So you play your group one time through, and then the group winner moves on to the knockout round. So using this year's groups, let's just say the winner of the West Group A is the Suns. Group B, the Nuggets. Group C, the Kings. Winner of Group A in the East is Cavaliers. Group B, the Bucks. Group C, winner, the Celtics. Then they add 2 teams that didn't win their group but had the best record. So let's say the Warriors and the Sixers. So those final 8 teams play a tournament where if you lose, you go home. Then the final 4 teams play in Las Vegas. The champion gets crowned December 9th. But the NBA says Cup games will have special jerseys players have to wear. By the way, these are not the Cup jerseys. These are regular NBA jerseys they sell on their website. Who knows what the actual Cup jerseys will look like? This is the dumbest idea ever. I cannot think of a dumber idea. Cool. A fake champion. Why should I care about this? This takes away from the meaning of the finals. Bad for the sport. Really bad for the sport. Do people know how awful things are for the NBA right now? The most people watched was in the 90s because of Michael Jordan. Now so few people watch in America, it's laughable. The top 20 most watched live events last year were all NFL games plus some political thing. The next 20 were almost all NFL plus 2 college football games. The next 20 were NFL, 1 college football, and hey, a soccer game. The next 20 had 0 basketball, that is, college basketball for both of those. And the 5th group of 20 includes the Kentucky Derby. Seriously, horses. So none of the top 100 events were NBA games. People don't care about the regular season or the playoffs. So Adam Silver is trying really hard to save the NBA. Yes, superfans like us watch games, but most people tune in and they see stars sitting out and half the league losing on purpose for Wembanyama. Adam Silver is so serious about teams losing on purpose. He even thought about relegation, where the worst team would be sent down to the G League. People just love to complain about things, especially online. Like first they say, oh, there's too many games. The regular season is boring. Then they complain about the NBA trying to make things more exciting. Some people are never happy. They love to feel angry. These are the same people who complained about the play-in but now love it. Who cares if they're playing for a trophy in the middle of the season? It's not even extra games. All of these games are already part of the regular season record. Cup games are every Tuesday and Friday, so we always know when they are. They'll have different jerseys. Even the arenas will look different. The first change Adam Silver did to try to get rid of losing on purpose was putting in minimum games played for awards. So if Victor Wembanyama wants Rookie of the Year, he better not rest. Dude has to play 65 games to qualify. So if he has one little injury, he can't win the award. So you can't afford to rest. Same with MVP or Sixth Man of the Year, whatever. But the NBA says they will listen to fans on how to make the midseason tournament better. Well, I've got an idea. Adam Silver says the mid-season tournament is inspired by soccer, but there's one big difference. The FA Cup includes every single soccer team in England, from Manchester City all the way down to like rec league teams. How cool would it be if a G League team had to face the Golden State Warriors in an actual game? What about international teams? Can you imagine how excited we all would have been to see Victor Wembanyama's French team last year play an NBA team in an actual cup game? Talk about TV ratings that would have easily made the top 100. 2 years ago was the biggest mismatch in FA Cup history. It's been going on for almost 150 years. A team called Marine FC played Tottenham in the third round. Marine is an 8th division team. Tottenham is in the Premier League. Tottenham plays in a billion-dollar stadium full of international millionaires. Marine plays on a beat-up old field. They need volunteers to keep their team running, and their players have full-time jobs. Outside of Soccer.now, Tottenham is so good they automatically got into the third round. Marine had to win 7 straight games to get there. The game was 4-0. A guy named Niall Cummins, who is a PE teacher at the local school, scored the game-winning goal. So the big game was played at Marine Stadium, which isn't really a stadium, and it's more like just a local field. They don't even have bleachers on half the field. So could the underdog do the unthinkable? And Carlos Vinicius, let me say that name again, ... that's it. It's a wonderful goal from Lucas. No, they lost 5-0. But it was still a heck of a story. One time in 1972, the unthinkable did happen when a small-time team beat a top squad. When the first goal was scored, the fans ran onto the field even though the game was still going on. They had to clear all the fans out and continue playing the game. But for now, the NBA is only including their own teams. But the big question is, will the players even care? The only way it works is if the best players play and the games feel important. So the reward right now is $500,000 for the winners, to Oka for second place, $100,000 for third place, and $50,000 for the quarter. That is a huge deal for most players. But what else could they have done? The NBA actually thought about giving the winner an automatic spot in the playoffs, an extra draft pick, or a salary cap exception like a gift card to get an extra player. How crazy would that have been? Another idea was home court advantage in the playoffs. They decided against all of this, which I think is smart. I think it's better to start small, just have the extra money for the winners and then add more later to make things interesting if you have to. People need to stop complaining about changes in the NBA. The worst sport, in my opinion, is baseball. They are slow to change everything. They love their history so much. The best player ever is Babe Ruth, a dude from the 1920s. It is much better to be like football. There are rule changes every year. People just expect it. They're never looking in the past. They're always looking at the future. But a huge change is coming for Damian Lillard. All their teams are getting involved in this trade. But I have one real deal to get him to the Miami Heat. Check it out.